All right, so with this video, it's time to change it up a bit and focus on marching percussion, specifically taping your sticks as you're getting ready for the season. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how you can get a stick that might look like this and have it look like this. Yo, what's going on everybody? Nick Costa here, and I wanted to make this video to show you all how to tape up your marching drumsticks and mallets so it doesn't affect the balance and rebound of them in a negative way while giving you the longevity and uniform look that taping your sticks is supposed to do. I decided to make this video because as an educator myself, I know this is the time of the year where I am preparing drum lines for performances, and I am currently in a school where our old sticks look like this. Now, before we dive into this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification. That way you're notified of any additional content that I upload to the channel. So, why do we tape drumsticks? I never really knew why, so I went to the internet to try and find out. And it seems as if taping drumsticks does two things. It makes all of the sticks look uniform, and it helps with longevity of the sticks. However, the one thing I've noticed as an educator is that certain people tape sticks certain ways. Maybe they're using too much tape actually, and that can hinder the performance. So I wanted to make this video to show you how you can tape your sticks so they do last longer, make them look uniform, but also don't affect the feel and rebound of the sticks or the mallets. Now, full disclosure, I never marched professional drum corps. I didn't do it in college. I marched it in high school, and our director who did all of that kind of stuff, he let us all know to just go buy white electrical tape from your local hardware store in order to tape our sticks, and that's what I continue to do. So the first thing that you're going to need is electrical tape. I went to my local hardware store and was able to pick up a few rolls of this Scotch white electrical tape. Here's what's remaining of the roll, and I've already done 5 pairs of bass drum mallets. So this exact roll cost me about $6 and some change after tax. I don't know, maybe close to $7 for this roll, and you can get a few pairs of sticks done. Now, when you go to tape the stick, the one thing you want to think about is that sticks, mallets, whatever you are purchasing from whatever brand, they go through an entire process to make sure that they are balanced correctly. And when you add tape to a stick, it's going to change the balance of the stick. So you want to actually apply as minimal amount of tape as possible. One, because it's more cost effective. 2, it doesn't affect the rebound and balance of the stick. So for example, this one here, which is pretty beat up, you can kind of see with those overlays, there's a lot of overlay and there's a lot of tape on this stick. But regardless of where you are, if you have old sticks, you want to remove the tape from it like I'm doing here. And you can see there are a few layers of tape, which again, really affects the rebound and the feel of the stick, or in this case, the bass drum mallet. So it looks as if this stick was already taped once. The tape was getting ripped up because that's what happens when you are playing them. And they just put an additional layer over top and it is all over the place. So step number 1, if you have an old stick, even a new stick, just make sure there's nothing on it. Remove all of the old tape if it's an older stick, so then you can reapply a new layer of stick tape. All right, so now all the tape has been removed. So the next step is to apply the new tape. What I always do is start from the tip of the stick or the top of the mallet and work my way down. So take the tape, connect it like so. Make sure that it is flat when it's applied to the stick so there's no air pocket that forms. And when it comes to the top, I always do 2 rounds going around it just because I know if you're doing rim clicks or things like that, that area is getting striked the most. But again, I don't want to apply too much tape because that affects the balance of the mallet or the stick. Now, as I am going down the stick, I am trying to keep the overlap as minimal as possible. Once again, that just makes sure that there isn't too much tape on the stick, or in this case, the mallet. So work your way down, going in almost a barber pole style fashion, making sure that the tape is taut as it goes around the stick to make sure that there are no air pockets that could form. If they do form, it's pretty easy. You just peel it back and reapply. Now, there are additional ways to tape the stick. Some people will leave a space for where you're supposed to hold the stick. I myself prefer to tape the entire stick just because everybody's hand is a different size. Now, depending on the mallet or the stick itself, you're going to hold it in a different position because of where the balance point is. So if we're going for a uniform thing, which of course marching percussion is really into, then it's just easier to tape the entire stick. Makes everything look pretty uniform, right? Now, once you get to the bottom of the stick, again, I like to do 2 wraps around. Look, there's an air pocket there. So there's 1, and then 2. And then from there, you just break, and you are set to go. This allows, again, the mallet or the stick to feel as close as possible to how it's supposed to feel coming out of the factory and having that proper balance point. If you have a ton of tape on a stick like this generic drum set stick that, again, has been layered with tape, it's going to be super top heavy at that point. Plus, your balance point's here. Not quite sure why there's a gap there. So once you do that for all of your sticks, you can have a nice uniform set of mallets and sticks for your snare drums and tenors and bass drums and be set to go for the season. So if you are looking for sticks or tape recommendation, I have put affiliate links in the description below to help you out. And if you have any additional questions, feel free to leave that in the comment section as well, and I will try my best to answer them. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up. That way it makes it a little bit easier for others to find it. And that is it. Thank you so much for checking out this video on how to tape marching drumsticks and mallets. And until next time, see you later.